Oh, if sweaty socks was a flavor, I think that would be it.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Rocked It or Blocked It.
So I have been looking all over for a dairy-free cheddar cheese recipe, and I think I found one, but I had a few requirements. It had to be sliceable, spreadable, grateable, and meltable. And this was the only one that claims that it's all of these. So this comes for andloveit2.com. So we're gonna try this out and see what this is all about. And this is my first time doing this, so this is kind of a test to see if this is gonna turn out or not, because I just don't know. So this recipe calls for gelatin. And she said also if you wanna make it vegan friendly, you can use agar-agar. And I had never heard of that before, but supposedly it is a replacement for gelatin that contains plants instead of animals. So her recipe calls for cashews, and being keto, I can't have cashews because they're too carby. So I went ahead and soaked half a cup of almonds, blanched almonds, in salt water overnight. So hopefully that'll work out. I don't know, but we're gonna find out today. And then also nutritional yeast. This is really good as a cheesy flavor. So you can use it on anything that you want to add a cheesy flavor to. This is great. You can see I've almost used it all. And then sea salt, also calling for smoked paprika. And I did not have smoked paprika, so I looked online, and according to pepperscale.com, you can mix 2 parts of chili powder or regular paprika with 1 part liquid smoke or ground cumin, and that would make a paprika, smoked paprika. So I did 2 parts regular paprika and 1 part ground cumin, mix that up. And then another ingredient here is sesame tahini. So I've never had that before, and I was curious to see what it tastes like, so I'm gonna test it first with you guys. Oh man. How do I describe that? It's not good. If sweaty socks was a flavor, I think that would be it. No, I don't like that at all. But since the recipe calls for it, I'm gonna put it in. I don't know. That's pretty gross. Anywho, then we have onion powder, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, and mustard seed. So according to her instructions, oh, I can't get that taste out of my mouth. We have to boil the water and gelatin and then put everything else in the blender and blend it until it's smooth. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour everything in the blender now, because she says you gotta be real quick to hurry up and get the mixture off the stove and into the blender. So then I just greased the pan. I put some coconut oil on a towel and just greased it like that. So now we're gonna bring the water and the gelatin to a boil for a minute. Okay, it's been boiling for a minute, so they said to pour it in real quick before it sets, and hurry up and blend it on its highest speed. All right, let's take a look at it. Whoo, it's steaming. Set until it's completely smooth, so then it says to pour it into our prepared dish. Wow, it made quite a bit. And then it says to refrigerate for, I gotta move all the splots here. Refrigerate uncovered for 3 hours. Then cover and chill overnight. So I need to refrigerate this for 3 hours before I can see. Probably wait till tomorrow to see if it's sliceable, spreadable, meltable, and shreddable. So to be continued. Hey, we are back, and I'm here to try this cheese. So it sat overnight, and I don't know, it looks pretty good. So I'm not quite sure how to get it out of here, but I'm thinking you need to like cut a little bit on the sides to loosen it up. I don't know if you just No, that doesn't work either. Kind of help it out. Oh yeah, it is a chunk. I mean, it is solid. It kind of reminds me of rubbery something. I'm not quite, oh. Okay. Cheese. It looks like cheese. It smells like cheese. It smells really good. So now we gotta see if we can cut it, right? That was the first test. So let me see if I can just slice it here. Yeah? Yeah, here's a piece. It's got those little holes in it. Like real cheese. You see that? So let's see if it tastes good. Yeah. Doesn't taste like sweaty socks at all. It's spicy though. That smoked paprika, that's some real spice to it. It's really good though. It didn't turn out as dark of a orange as I kind of wanted, but it's delicious. To my surprise. Let's see if it's spreadable. So I've got a piece of celery here, because that's pretty much all I could find to spread. I'd say it's spreadable, so you can see. It's pretty spreadable. Now is it shreddable? That I don't know. I have two different shredders here because I wasn't quite sure how to even do this. It's not very thick. I mean, it's kind of flimsy. I mean, it kind of just crumbles, but it does kind of shred. Let me try a bigger piece here. Maybe if I had more to hold on to, it would be easier to shred. I don't know, but that's a big chunk of cheese. I mean, that looks like cheese. Feels like cheese. It kind of falls apart once you get down to the end, but it is shreddable. I would say she's right. Now we got to see if it's meltable. So I have an omelet over on the stove here that I'm going to put this cheese in and see what happens. So I put the cheese on my omelet, and the reason why my omelet is weird colored is because I put chia seeds in it. So that's why it's that color. And I put the lid on it for a while and it started smoking, and I realized that the bottom of it is getting pretty burnt, but the top did not melt. So then I tried another approach, and I thought, well, I'd put it in this, which is the topping for my omelet. So these are clearly sizzling, and I'm trying to see if the cheese is going to melt, which I thought it would, but it doesn't seem to be melting yet. It does melt. All I did was just kind of spread it. So it doesn't melt like regular shredded cheese, but if I just spread it out, it seems to have melted. I don't know. It's weird. It's different. So I put it in a pan, just like that. I'm just going to wait and see if it ever melts. Now I can spread it around, but I don't know if it actually melts. It gets warm and it's already pretty squishy and soft, so as far as melting per se, I think maybe you have to just spread it around, and that's what it's going to do. I'm not quite sure. See, it's bubbling, so it is cooking. It's getting warm. Yeah, it's hot. Ouch. But I don't know if it actually melts, because I think what you have to do is just smush it around. But it tastes great. Okay, so now here's the big taste test. I don't know if it really melted or not. So all I did was just squish it around and it looked like melted cheese, but it just held its shape. So I don't know if you consider that melting or not. But if it tastes good on my omelet, let's see if that's good. Now, I'll just try a piece of broccoli first. Oh yeah. That's really good. It's really spicy. I'd say of the taste test that we did, I give this a thumbs up. It was really easy to make. It tastes really good. It did most of the things that I wanted it to. I could slice it, I could spread it, I could shred it, and kind of sort of melt it. I don't know, maybe melting is an iffy one, but the texture is great, you know. So I'd say this is good. I would definitely make this again, and I can't wait to put this in some recipes that call for shredded cheddar cheese and just see what happens in those recipes. So yeah, absolutely, give it a thumbs up. This is really good stuff. Ooh, I'm getting full now. I think I better save the rest of this for later. Hey, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. If you make this recipe, comment. Let me know how it turned out for you. And of course, share it with your friends. Till next time, see you later.